Hi everyone, and welcome to our practice of our yoga challenge today. And today we're going to do a shoulder release. You can do this sitting at your desk. You can do this sitting in any chair. You can do this sitting on your yoga mat. Obviously, the purpose of this challenge is to actually get you onto your yoga mat and start your practice. But basically making sure that you are comfortable wherever you are sitting, because sometimes seated positions can be very, very tricky with scoliosis, and they bring up a lot of tension into the upper back and the shoulders. So we want to make sure, first of all, that we can comfortably sit here to be able to release some of that tension. So I'm now sitting on a foam block, which feels comfortable for me. It feels like I can lengthen out of the spine. I'm not of course, the slouching is always more comfortable unless you have a spinal fusion. But otherwise, I can really lengthen here through the crown of the head. Maybe you need a little bit higher, maybe you don't need anything at all. But the purpose being that you can lengthen out of the spine. Making sure that you've got equal weight on the left and the right sitting bone. So I always experiment with changing the cross of my legs. And one side always feels a little bit more awkward or not quite as comfortable. But I know that having my right leg forward in front of the left actually takes me a little bit out of my inbuilt rotation. So I'm going to stick with this one today. And then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to tuck the chin, and not down, but we're going to bring the chin in as if you want to give yourself kind of a double chin. So we're coming out of our forward head position, which most of us have. And then we're going to rotate the head, turn the head to the right, and then slightly drop the chin down. So that's our first movement. We're going to do 3 of those. Coming out the same way we went in, so chin up, and then coming back to the front. So chances are your head came forwards again. So again, we're going to bring the chin in, the head slightly back in space, turn, chin down towards the chest, any amount. You probably feel a stretch already on the left side, and then coming back. Good. One more time, tucking, turning, and then lowering the chin, coming back up, and release. Good. Let's do the other side. So first part, becoming very familiar. Turn the head to the other side. Don't be surprised if this feels very, very different. So we know we've got a rotation as much as a side bend with scoliosis. So, and the rotation obviously doesn't just stop at the top, it continues all the way up. So very often, depending, especially if you have a thoracic curve, there can be quite a significant rotation here. Good, and release one more time, tucking, turning, and then lowering the chin, and coming back up. Good. The next movement we're going to do, we start with our tuck, and then we tilt the head to the side and just let the head of the weight give you that stretch. We're going to hold it for a breath or 2. And then again, you can slowly start to roll the chin down towards the chest and then bringing it back up again. So chances are, if you come across anything that feels like a nice stretch, then maybe any knots or any tension, then you might just want to stay there and breathe, or maybe you continue with this kind of slide up and down movement. So see how you feel. Good. We always want to be really gentle with these neck stretches. It can be so nice to release some of that tension. Okay, let's slowly come back up. And then we'll do the other side. So again, tuck the chin, turn the head. Tuck the chin, tilt the head. That's where we are. And just stay in that stretch for a moment. You can just think about releasing the side of the neck All those muscles are lengthening. And then again, we're slowly going to bring the chin down towards the chest and then bring it back up again. So it's almost like a little part of a circle. We're not quite doing a neck circle, but just a little bit of a more of a three-dimensional movement. So again, if you come across anything that you like, maybe you stay there a little bit longer in one point, or you continue with the movement. Your practice, your body, you're in charge. Good. And then slowly coming up, release your shoulders for a moment, little shoulder roll, little wiggle. Good. And then we do one more, last one here. So we're going to tilt, tuck, tilt the head to the side, and then rest your hand onto the shoulder, onto the opposite shoulder. So I'm tilting my head to the right, then resting my hand on the left shoulder, and I'm just going to give myself a little massage here and just feeling into any of those knots. Again, don't overdo it. You know, there's no need to kind of thinking about pulling things apart. It's more releasing and gently giving yourself a little bit of a massage, some self-care here. Digging into any of those tension points. They might be closer to the shoulder or up towards the skull. Just waking up those tissues. Good. Slowly coming back. We do the other side. Tuck, tilt, opposite hand onto the shoulder again, just feeling around, and especially if this is your convex side of a thoracic curve, there might be lots and lots of tension there. So again, just noticing that, releasing, just digging in. There's no right or wrong here, so go with your sensations. And then slowly release, give everything a little shake. And I really hope that you enjoyed this practice. If you do want to learn more about scoliosis and how to adjust your practice, make sure you check out the upcoming practice transformation, which is my online course for those with scoliosis.